Welcome back, seekers of the supernatural and guardians of the goosebumps. If you've found your way here, it's likely that you share a fascination with the eerie and the inexplicable, the kind of stories that send shivers down your spine and leave you glancing over your shoulder long after the tale has ended. We are not just storytellers, we are explorers of the unknown, delving deep into the realms where history meets horror and reality blurs into the spectral. Today, we embark on the 7th episode of our chilling journey through the haunted landscapes of the United States, a nation steeped in mystery and whispered legends. This time, we turn our attention to the Pacific Northwest, a region renowned for its rugged coastlines, dense forests, and towering mountains. Beneath its breathtaking beauty lies a darker narrative, one of restless spirits and lingering sorrow. Known as one of the most haunted regions in the country, the Pacific Northwest is home to highways that have captivated locals and travelers alike with tales of tragedy, mystery, and the supernatural. In this installment, Most Haunted Highways in the Pacific Northwest, Episode 7, we will traverse some of the most infamous roads that have earned their place in the annals of paranormal lore. These are not mere ghost stories, they are fragments of a past that refuses to be forgotten, beckoning us to explore their depths and perhaps confront our own fears. Dim the lights, and prepare to step into the shadows. By the end of this exploration, you'll not only know about the Pacific Northwest's most haunted highways but also feel the haunting presence of their histories pressing against your very soul. Are you ready? Let's dive into the heart of the Pacific Northwest's haunted legacy. And remember, what you're about to discover may leave you questioning whether ghosts truly walk among us, or if they've been watching you all along. The Ghosts of Dead Man's Pass. Echoes from the cobblestone streets nestled in the heart of Oregon's mist-shrouded wilderness lies Dead Man's Pass, a stretch of highway notorious for its eerie reputation. Winding through dense evergreen forests and rolling hills, this desolate road cuts through the rugged landscape like a scar, earning its ominous name from the countless tragedies that have unfolded along its path. Originally constructed in the early 20th century to connect remote logging communities, Dead Man's Pass quickly became infamous for its treacherous curves and frequent accidents. Over the decades, numerous motorists have reported unsettling encounters with ghostly apparitions believed to be former travelers who met untimely ends within its confines. Among the most frequently cited spirits is that of Sarah Lowell, a young woman whose tragic love story has become a cornerstone of the pass's haunting lore. According to local legend, Sarah was a waitress at a roadside diner during the early 1900s, deeply in love with a traveling salesman who promised to marry her. When he abruptly disappeared without explanation, Sarah's heartbreak drove her to take her own life by stepping in front of an oncoming vehicle on Dead Man's Pass. Today, visitors driving through the pass often report feeling an overwhelming sense of sadness and hearing faint sobs emanating from the surrounding woods. Some claim to have seen the spectral image of a woman in a tattered dress standing by the roadside, her sorrowful gaze fixed on the horizon as if waiting for a lover who will never return. Equally chilling are the accounts tied to the phantom hitchhiker, a recurring figure spotted along Dead Man's Pass. Drivers have reported picking up a pale, faceless hitchhiker standing on the shoulder of the road. Those who stop to offer assistance claim the figure vanishes without a trace as soon as they roll down their window or step out of their vehicle. Others describe hearing faint laughter echoing through the trees, a sound that seems to follow them until they leave the pass behind. Adding to the mystery is the phenomenon of mechanical failures experienced by motorists along Dead Man's Pass. Engines stall inexplicably, headlights flicker and die, and GPS devices lose signal, all without any apparent cause. A group of teenagers once shared a harrowing tale of their car breaking down in the middle of the pass late at night. As they waited for help, they noticed shadowy figures emerging from the woods, their movements jerky and unnatural. Panicked, the teens locked their doors and honked their horn until the figures retreated into the darkness. When a tow truck finally arrived, the driver found no signs of tampering with the vehicle, leaving the teens convinced they had narrowly escaped something sinister. Local historians speculate that the hauntings stem from the sheer scale of suffering endured there. Many travelers died far from home, their bodies hastily buried or left unmarked. Others succumbed to their injuries in makeshift infirmaries, their last moments filled with pain and fear. It's believed that these souls remain tethered to the site, unable, or unwilling, to leave the place where they took their final breaths. Despite, or perhaps because of, its sinister reputation, Dead Man's Pass continues to draw thrill seekers and paranormal investigators eager to test their courage against the unknown. Guided tours occasionally venture into the area after sunset, offering participants a glimpse into its haunted history. However, few dare to explore the uncharted areas, where the darkness seems alive and the air vibrates with an eerie energy. Those who do often emerge shaken, their flashlights drained and their nerves frayed, vowing never to return. For those brave enough to tread its haunted grounds, Dead Man's Pass offers more than just a brush with the supernatural. It serves as a stark reminder of humanity's capacity for both heroism and devastation. The battlefield is a tombstone for the forgotten, a place where the echoes of the past refuse to fade. And as long as the cannons sit silent and the monuments stand tall, the spirits of Franklin will continue to roam, their voices crying out from the shadows, desperate to be heard. The enigmatic echoes of Highway 20, whispers from the wilderness stretching across the rugged expanse of Washington state. Highway 20 stands as a lifeline connecting remote communities and untamed wilderness. Known as the North Cascades Highway, this scenic route winds through some of the most breathtaking landscapes in the Pacific Northwest, offering travelers stunning vistas of snow-capped peaks, pristine lakes, and dense forests. Yet beneath its serene facade lies a darker narrative, one of restless spirits and unresolved grief. Known locally as one of the most haunted highways in the region, Highway 20 has become a magnet for both the curious and the courageous, each drawn by tales of spectral encounters and unexplainable phenomena. The haunting lore of Highway 20 begins in its isolated stretches, where the road narrows and the forest closes in like a living wall. According to local legend, these sections were once used as secret routes by bootleggers and smugglers during Prohibition, leading to tales of violent confrontations and mysterious disappearances. Locals claim that the spirits of these unfortunate souls remain tethered to the highway, unable, or unwilling, to move on. Visitors venturing into these areas often report feeling an overwhelming sense of unease, as though the air itself resists their presence. Cold spots materialize without warning, sending shivers down spines even on sweltering summer days. Some claim to hear faint chanting emanating from the woods, while others describe seeing shadowy figures crouched around an invisible fire, their forms flickering like candlelight before dissipating into the darkness. Above ground, the highway's main corridors hold their own share of spectral secrets. Drivers and passengers have recounted eerie encounters with ghostly apparitions believed to be former travelers and residents who met untimely ends along the road. Among the most frequently cited spirits is that of a young boy named Ethan, whose tragic story has become a cornerstone of Highway 20's haunting lore. According to legend, Ethan wandered away from his family's campsite during a storm and was never found. His spirit is said to remain tethered to the highway, forever bound to the place where he vanished. Today, visitors driving through the area often report feeling an inexplicable sense of sadness and hearing faint cries emanating from the surrounding woods. Some claim to have seen the spectral image of a child darting across the road, his hollow eyes fixed on the horizon as if searching for his family. Equally chilling are the accounts tied to the phantom trucker, a recurring figure spotted along Highway 20. Drivers have reported encountering a massive semi-truck barreling down the road with no visible driver behind the wheel. Those who attempt to overtake the vehicle claim it accelerates suddenly, forcing them to pull over to avoid collision. Others describe hearing faint radio static emanating from the truck, a sound that seems to follow them until they leave the highway behind. Adding to the highway's haunted allure are the stories of its custodian, a man named Henry who served the road faithfully for over 3 decades. After his sudden death in the 1950s, strange occurrences began to plague the corridor. The lights, untouched by human hands, would flicker erratically late at night, filling the empty highway with an unsettling glow that seemed to come from nowhere and everywhere at once. Some believe Henry's spirit remains tethered to the road, ensuring that his legacy lives on even in death. These haunting narratives attract a myriad of visitors, each seeking their own brush with the supernatural. Paranormal investigators equipped with EMF detectors and infrared cameras regularly conduct overnight vigils, hoping to capture undeniable evidence of the highway's ghostly inhabitants. Footage captured by some teams appears to show orbs of light hovering near antique furnishings, while audio recordings reveal faint whispers and unexplained knocking sounds. Meanwhile, curious tourists book stays specifically in the areas reputed to be the most active, eager to experience firsthand the chilling ambience that permeates the air. Highway 20 thus serves as a fascinating intersection of luxury and fear, where the echoes of the past refuse to fade. It invites intrepid souls to delve into its shadowy corridors, daring them to uncover the truths hidden within its haunted halls. For those willing to confront the unknown, the highway promises an unforgettable encounter with the spirits of yesteryear, making it a quintessential stop on any haunted journey through the Pacific Northwest. The phantom lights of Mount Rainier's Paradise Road, beacons from beyond nestled in the shadow of Mount Rainier, one of the Pacific Northwest's most iconic natural wonders. Paradise Road serves as a gateway to breathtaking alpine landscapes and sprawling meadows blanketed in wildflowers. During the summer months, the road buzzes with activity as hikers, photographers, and nature enthusiasts flock to its scenic viewpoints and trailheads. Yet beneath its picturesque facade lies a spectral secret, one that has earned it a place among the most haunted highways in the region. For over a century, locals and tourists alike have reported eerie encounters with ghostly phenomena, suggesting that something otherworldly resides within its winding path. The haunting lore of Paradise Road begins with its origins as a primitive carriage route in the late 19th century. Initially carved out of the rugged terrain to provide access to the mountain's higher elevations, the road quickly became a symbol of human ingenuity and perseverance. However, its construction came at a cost. Countless workers perished during the grueling process, their bodies buried in unmarked graves along the route. Local legend suggests that the spirits of these laborers remain tethered to the road, forever bound to the place where they gave their lives. Visitors to the area often recount unsettling experiences linked to its spectral inhabitants. One of the most common reports involves sightings of glowing orbs hovering near the edge of the road. These lights, described as pale blue or green, appear to dart erratically before vanishing into thin air. Some believe the orbs are the spirits of the workers, their restless energy manifesting in luminous form. Others claim the lights resemble lanterns, as though the laborers are still patrolling the road in search of their tools. Other encounters defy explanation altogether. Many have described hearing the sound of footsteps pacing the pavement above or below them, despite knowing they are alone in the area. Objects reportedly move on their own, a rock falling from a cliff, a camera shifting position, as if manipulated by unseen hands. One particularly chilling account comes from a park ranger who claimed to have felt a cold breeze rush past her while locking up for the night, followed by the distinct sensation of fingers brushing against her arm. When she turned, no one was there. The road itself seems to amplify these supernatural occurrences. At night, when the moonlight filters through the thick canopy of evergreens, some visitors swear they see shadowy figures standing at the edge of the light, gazing out toward the horizon. Others describe hearing faint whispers carried on the wind, voices speaking in languages they cannot understand. Even the surrounding forest, dense with towering pines and thick underbrush, appears to hold secrets of its own. Campers and hikers exploring the area near Paradise Road have reported seeing glowing orbs floating among the trees or hearing disembodied laughter echoing through the woods. Skeptics have attempted to rationalize these phenomena, attributing them to natural causes such as shifting foundations, electromagnetic interference, or psychological suggestion. Yet none of these explanations fully account for the consistency and specificity of the reports. Local paranormal investigators conducting overnight studies have captured intriguing footage and audio clips, including EVP recordings of a voice softly calling out names and thermal images showing humanoid shapes moving through walls. While conclusive evidence remains elusive, the cumulative weight of these accounts lends credence to the belief that Paradise Road is indeed haunted. What makes the road particularly compelling is its dual identity, as both a functional beacon of remembrance and a vessel of mystery. By day, it draws tourists eager to marvel at its architecture and historical significance. By night, however, it transforms into a realm of uncertainty, where the line between the living and the dead blurs into shadow. Whether the spirits of the laborers truly haunt its grounds or the road channels residual energy from its storied past, one thing is certain: those who visit leave with more than just photographs and souvenirs. they carry with them the lingering impression of having brushed against the supernatural. To stand beneath the watchful gaze of Paradise Road is to confront the enduring power of place and memory. Its beams may guide ships to safety, but its shadows seem to beckon curious souls to delve deeper into its mysteries. For those brave enough to heed the call, the road promises an unforgettable encounter with the unknown, an experience that reminds us that even the brightest lights can cast the deepest shadows. The shadowy depths of Oregon's Wolf Creek Pass. Secrets beneath the surface. Nestled in the heart of southwestern Oregon, Wolf Creek Pass stands as a relic of the Old West. A rugged stretch of highway that winds through dense forests and towering cliffs. Known for its treacherous curves and steep inclines, the pass has earned its reputation as one of the most dangerous roads in the state. Yet beneath its perilous facade lies a darker narrative, one of restless spirits and unresolved grief. Known locally as one of the most haunted highways in the Pacific Northwest, Wolf Creek Pass has become a magnet for both history enthusiasts and paranormal investigators eager to unravel its spectral secrets. The haunting lore of Wolf Creek Pass begins with its storied past, a tapestry woven with tales of violence, betrayal, and tragedy. One of the most frequently cited spirits is that of Jack Thompson, a stagecoach driver who plied the route during the late 19th century. According to local legend, Jack was ambushed by bandits while transporting gold shipments, leaving him mortally wounded and his cargo stolen. His body was never recovered, and his spirit is said to remain tethered to the pass, forever bound to the place where he met his end. Visitors driving through the area often report feeling an overwhelming sense of unease and hearing faint cries emanating from the surrounding woods. Some claim to have seen the spectral image of a man in a tattered coat slumped over a phantom stagecoach, his hollow eyes fixed on the horizon as if searching for justice. Equally chilling are the accounts tied to the Phantom Horseman, a recurring figure spotted along Wolf Creek Pass. Drivers have reported encountering a rider galloping alongside their vehicles, his movements slow and deliberate, as if performing tasks long abandoned. One particularly harrowing account comes from a maintenance worker who claimed to have seen a gaunt figure clad in tattered clothing staring at him from the shadows before melting into the wall. Terrified, he fled the pass and refused to return, swearing he had encountered the spirit of a man who died alone in the depths during the Great Depression. Adding to the mystery is the phenomenon of residual haunting, where the emotions and actions of the past are replayed like a spectral recording. Paranormal investigators conducting studies at Wolf Creek Pass have captured footage of ghostly figures performing repetitive motions, such as adjusting reins or reloading revolvers, suggesting that the road acts as a conduit for the residual energy of its violent history. Thermal imaging devices have detected humanoid shapes moving through walls, while EVP recordings reveal voices muttering phrases like, "Wait for me," and "Don't leave." Local historians speculate that the pass's hauntings stem from the sheer scale of suffering endured there. Many travelers pass through its treacherous curves, leaving behind their dignity, their wealth, or their lives. Others succumb to their wounds in makeshift infirmaries, their last moments filled with pain and fear. It's believed that these souls remain tethered to the battlefield, unable, or unwilling, to leave the place where they took their final breaths. Despite, or perhaps because of, its sinister reputation, Wolf Creek Pass continues to draw thrill-seekers and paranormal investigators eager to test their courage against the unknown. Guided tours occasionally venture into the area after sunset, offering participants a glimpse into its haunted history. However, few dare to explore the uncharted areas, where the darkness seems alive and the air vibrates with an eerie energy. Those who do often emerge shaken, their flashlights drained and their nerves frayed, vowing never to return. For those brave enough to tread its haunted grounds, Wolf Creek Pass offers more than just a brush with the supernatural. It serves as a stark reminder of humanity's capacity for cruelty. The battlefield is a tombstone for the forgotten, a place where the echoes of the past refuse stand resilience. Oh, fade! The cursed ground of Washington's Stevens Pass. Echoes of tragedy nestled in the Cascade Range of Washington State. Stevens Pass stands as a critical artery connecting the eastern and western portions of the state. Known for its breathtaking alpine vistas and challenging terrain, the pass has long been a vital route for commerce, travel, and recreation. Yet beneath its serene facade lies a darker narrative, one of restless spirits and lingering sorrow. Known locally as one of the most haunted highways in the Pacific Northwest, Stevens Pass has become a magnet for both history enthusiasts and paranormal investigators eager to unravel its spectral secrets. The haunting reputation of Stevens Pass begins with its storied past, marked by catastrophic events that have left an indelible mark on its landscape. Perhaps the most infamous incident occurred in 1910, when a devastating avalanche swept through the area, claiming the lives of 96 people aboard 2 trains stranded in the snow. The tragedy, known as the Wellington Avalanche, remains one of the deadliest railroad disasters in U.S. history. Local legend suggests that the spirits of those who perished remain tethered to the pass, unable, or unwilling, to move on. Visitors driving through the area often report feeling an overwhelming sense of unease, as though the air itself resists their presence. Cold spots materialize without warning, sending shivers down spines even on sweltering summer days. Some claim to hear faint cries and moans emanating from the surrounding woods, voices pleading for help or forgiveness. One of the most harrowing tales involves sightings of ghostly figures believed to be victims of the avalanche. Drivers have reported seeing translucent apparitions wandering aimlessly near the site of the disaster, their movements slow and deliberate, as if searching for something, or someone, they lost. Others describe hearing faint whispers carried on the wind, voices speaking in languages they cannot understand. In one chilling account, a family driving through the pass late at night claimed to see a group of shadowy figures huddled together in the snow, their forms flickering like candlelight before dissolving into the darkness. Adding to the mystery is the phenomenon of residual haunting, where the emotions and actions of the past are replayed like a spectral recording. Paranormal investigators conducting studies at Stevens Pass have captured footage of ghostly figures performing repetitive motions, such as digging through snow or clutching at unseen objects, suggesting that the road acts as a conduit for the residual energy of its violent history. Thermal imaging devices have detected humanoid shapes moving through walls, while EVP recordings reveal voices muttering phrases like "help me" and "I'm cold." Local historians speculate that the pass's hauntings stem from the sheer scale of suffering endured there. Many travelers died far from home, their bodies hastily buried or left unmarked. Others succumbed to their injuries in makeshift infirmaries, their last moments filled with pain and fear. It's believed that these souls remain tethered to the site, unable, or unwilling, to leave the place where they took their final breaths. Despite, or perhaps because of, its sinister reputation, Stevens Pass continues to draw thrill-seekers and paranormal investigators eager to test their courage against the unknown. Guided tours occasionally venture into the area after sunset, offering participants a glimpse into its haunted history. However, few dare to explore the uncharted areas, where the darkness seems alive and the air vibrates with an eerie energy. Those who do often emerge shaken, their flashlights drained and their nerves frayed, vowing never to return. For those brave enough to tread its haunted grounds, Stevens Pass offers more than just a brush with the supernatural. It serves as a stark reminder of humanity's capacity for cruelty and resilience. The battlefield is a tombstone for the forgotten, a place where the echoes of the past refuse to fade. And as long as the cannons sit silent and the monuments stand tall, the spirits of Franklin will continue to roam, their voices crying out from the shadows, desperate to be heard. The haunted tapestry of the Pacific Northwest, weaving history and mystery as we reflect on the haunted highways of the Pacific Northwest. It becomes evident that the region's supernatural allure is deeply intertwined with its rich and tumultuous history. From the spectral echoes of Dead Man's Pass to the ghostly whispers of Highway 20, from the phantom lights of Mount Rainier's Paradise Road to the shadowy depths of Oregon's Wolf Creek Pass, each haunted location tells a story not just of paranormal activity but of human drama, conflict, and the inevitable passage of time. These sites are more than mere backdrops for ghost stories. They are monuments to the events and emotions that have shaped the cultural and historical fabric of the Pacific Northwest. Consider Stevens Pass in Washington State, a symbol of connectivity and commerce turned repository of tragic tales. Its haunting is a direct reflection of the societal shifts and personal tragedies that unfolded within its confines. Similarly, Paradise Road encapsulates the elegance and authority of the natural world, Yet its spectral inhabitants remind us of the fragility of human life and the persistence of memory. Each ghostly presence, whether it be the restless spirits of avalanche victims or the spectral echoes of stagecoach drivers, serves as a poignant reminder of the lives lived and lost, and the stories left untold. Moreover, these haunted locales contribute significantly to the Pacific Northwest's identity as a region steeped in both beauty and brutality. They invite us to confront the darker chapters of our past, urging introspection and remembrance. The phantom lights of Paradise Road, for instance, challenge our understanding of the natural world, pushing the boundaries of science and folklore. They embody the mystique that makes the Pacific Northwest not just a geographical entity but a living, breathing narrative woven from countless threads of history, myth, and mystery. In essence, the haunted highways of the Pacific Northwest are mirrors reflecting the complexities of human experience. They compel us to look beyond the surface, to question what we know, and to embrace the unknown. As conduits of both fear and fascination, they hold a mirror up to our collective psyche, revealing the inseparable link between our history and our hauntings. Thus, these sites are not merely haunted, they are hallowed, preserving the echoes of the past and ensuring that the stories of those who came before continue to resonate through the ages. And so, dear viewers and fearless explorers, we arrive at the end of our journey through the haunted highways of the Pacific Northwest, a journey that has taken us from the blood-soaked grounds of Dead Man's Pass to the ghostly corridors of Wolf Creek Pass, from the spectral lights of Paradise Road to the shadowy depths of Stevens Pass. Along the way, we've uncovered stories of tragedy, resilience, and the unshakable persistence of the past. These haunted highways are more than relics of history. They are portals to the unknown, reminders that the echoes of yesterday still reach out to touch us today. But this isn't the end, it's merely the beginning of your own adventure. The spirits of the Pacific Northwest are waiting, and they have much more to reveal to those brave enough to listen. Whether you're planning a road trip through Oregon's mist-shrouded wilderness, booking a stay near Washington's alpine vistas, or simply diving deeper into the lore of these haunted landmarks, remember that the true magic lies in your willingness to explore. Keep your flashlight handy, your mind open, and your courage steady, because you never know what might be watching from the shadows. If you've enjoyed this journey into the supernatural side of the Pacific Northwest, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. You won't want to miss our next deep dive into the eerie and unexplained. Share this video/article with fellow thrill seekers, leave your thoughts in the comments, and tell us, which haunted highway would you most like to visit, or avoid at all costs? Your engagement fuels our passion for storytelling, and we're grateful to have you as part of this community of curious minds and brave hearts. Until next time, keep chasing the mysteries that lie just beyond the veil. After all, the ghosts of the Pacific Northwest are always watching, and sometimes, they're closer than you think. Stay spooky, stay curious, and remember, the unknown is calling. Will you answer?